What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Forgot my tripod today, so I'm just kind of hand holding the situation right now, but I wanted to come and grab food from one of my favorite places in Minneapolis. They serve one of my favorite dishes in the Twin Cities called Kramarczuks. They are a Eastern European, actually specifically Ukrainian restaurant slash deli. I've been coming here ever since I moved to Minneapolis. I am obsessed with their cabbage rolls, their pierogi or vareniki or whatever you want to call them. They call them pierogi, but I feel like they can kind of, the terms might be a little interchangeable. I got some toppings for them. I even got this awesome Ukrainian beer that apparently is hard to find right now. So I am gonna go in and pick it up, and then we're gonna go home and we're gonna eat it. And I apologize for any camera shake because my arm feels like it's gonna fall off. But thank you. Okay, I just picked everything up. It smells amazing in here. I'm super excited. So let's take all this back and eat it. See you soon. All right, so here we are back at my place. We've already did our intro. We've got our cabbage roll, which is stuffed with, I want to say beef and pork and rice, pink sauce on top. Pink sauce is a must. I'm honestly not sure which is beef and pork and which is potato and cheese pierogi. It's served with a horseradish sour cream. This is their, what do they call it? It's like a custard with pastry, puff pastry on the top and the bottom. There's little specks of vanilla bean all throughout. And then I managed to get my hands on this, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this Ukrainian beer that I've been doing research about what Ukrainian beers I should get. And several people were like looking for this and couldn't find it, and I found it. So woohoo! Lvivske, that's my best go. Tastes really good. I'm not usually a beer person, full disclosure. And when I do drink beer, it's usually Belgian beer, like Tripels. But there's something about an ice cold blonde that is just so ultra refreshing. So very excited to be drinking it with this epic feast today. And we'll obviously wait until the end to eat the cake. Oh my gosh, this cabbage roll, seriously, one of my favorite things in Minneapolis. It's just so surprising too, like a cabbage roll, really? But yes. You guys said you liked the train sounds, right? Is that a train or is that that's a train. I was gonna say, or is it a giant truck pulling up right behind my house? Nope. Well, I guess the train is kind of like a giant truck, and it's definitely in the back of my house. This also like somewhat feels appropriate for St. Patty's Day. I never drink beer, and here we are. They also like Cabbage. My best go for the St. Patty's Day. I would like to do a St. Patty's Day video at some point. You have to tell me if you all like the horn on the train. I'm gonna show you the inside of this. Like maybe I should have cut it in half. It might be easier. I'll take a bite and then I'll cut it in half to show you. Oh! The meat inside, like the flavor, it just tastes slow cooked. So much flavor, really savory. The cabbage is light, but it's not mushy. Yee! Can I do this without completely, oh my God, I just got that everywhere. It's my new sweatshirt, by the way. It says no small bites on it, and I will be selling it in the near future, of course. It's like monochromatic or whatever, but you can see it says no small bites on it. I'm kind of obsessed. I love the monochrome thing. All right, this just feels like a really bad idea. I'm gonna have to fork it. Oh, it's not focusing and I don't have more hands. It's just not in the cards today. Maybe when it's smaller. So comforting. And again, so light. They pack it full too. It's not dense, I wouldn't say. It's not like too dense, but they get so much filling in there, which I obviously appreciate. I feel like maybe I could just do this with my hands. They're clean. Oh, is it focusing? Look at that thing. I kind of just want to eat it with my hands. Is that like a terrible thing to do? It's so messy. I'm just gonna wash my hands. We gotta go back to the fork and knife. We tried. I feel like I could eat 2 or 3 of these. They're a good size, but I always want more. All right, I'm taking a break with that. Let's have some pierogi. Start on this side. I feel like this is probably the potato and cheese. Mm-hmm. Onions and sour cream are not, they don't come with the order. You have to add them on. They're a must. The meat though, if you eat meat, their meat pierogi are like one of my favorite things. They are like jam-packed full of meat, first of all, and it's all shredded up, which I love. Like braised, shredded meats are my favorite. Mm. So Kramarczuks, where all this food is from, they have been doing donations every week, I believe, to a different charity that's helping the Ukraine. Last week it was for the largest like charity within the Ukraine. This week it is all about helping the armed forces over there. I guess they've created like a separate government fund specifically for like people donating to their military. So that's what this week, again, I think it's week, maybe month, but that's what they're donating to right now, but it'll change. So if you guys want to support your fellow human beings to protect themselves, to get fed, and to have safe places to go, to have weapons to fight, I know there's plenty of people doing funds or with funds to send over there, including like our own government, but I have to believe that every bit helps. I also just want to mention, like, bad stuff happens a lot of the time, and it's not just the stuff that you see on the news. So I would encourage you guys, and I especially need to be better about it, is like paying attention to all of the things that happen in the world, because it's not just the stuff that's on the news that's happening. I mean, freaking look at North Korea. There's a girl that escaped from North Korea. I feel like her name is like Naomi, and she is now like a spokesperson against North Korea. I've heard her speak before. The story that she tells is unbelievable. So not to downplay the Ukrainian situation at all, it is awful. Nobody wants to be at war either, so like hopefully it just is resolved as quickly as possible. But yeah, sorry if that was like a Debbie Downer situation. Oh, there's so many bad things happening all over the world. It's true. So it's nice when things do get brought to the forefront because people like are helped that way. But you know, it just, I guess, kind of is bittersweet because there's always so many other things happening in other parts of the world that are not in the limelight or whatever. And those people never get help, not by us. So just something to think about, something I have to be better about. Mm. This tastes like the brown bits that you get on meat. When you get that Maillard reaction, you get that like nice caramelized brown crust. That's what the inside of this tastes like. The onions are so sweet. Oh man. I wonder if you can make like a cabbage roll burrito. Same thing, just wrapped in a burrito. I don't know. Well, actually, no. Burritos normally have rice in them. So I feel like this would still make sense. Should we do it? Should we do it? I feel like I'd have to make my own. And I would want to use theirs. I actually have their cookbook too. They sell their cookbook probably online. I bought it beginning of the pandemic. Just one of those restaurants that you don't want to go away. So you want to support them, especially beginning of the pandemic. They're one of my favorites. Consistent. They're so friendly. And you saw their market. It's like really impressive. All of the meats that they have. Mm. right, I'm debating if I want another pierogi. I feel like the responsible thing to do would just be to go right into the cake. I am getting a little full. Leftover pierogi, not a bad thing. That's what we're gonna do. I love dessert, by the way. Like, I always crave something sweet after I've had something savory. And normally, when I'm just making like regular food for myself at home, like not for a video, I will typically grab like chocolate covered almonds, some of these new like Smart Sweet candies that I really like. I'm gonna get a new fork. A fork and love you fork. Oh. Hear that? Try to cut into it without squishing it. I mean, what is there to say about this, really? The vanilla bean flavor comes through so strong. The custard, it's thick, but not gummy or pasty. The pastry is flaky and light. It's just so funny, like this enormous layer of custard. The ratio. Reminds me of a mille-feuille. I don't know what to do with my hand. Just one of those things I don't want to stop eating, but I know I should. All right, one more bite. One more. Cheers. Holy crap. So good. So good. All right, guys. Well, I'm keeping my promise. I am stopping. I'm feeling a little more than good right now, to be honest. This was so good. It's just incredible to me that you can take kind of the same ingredients and make such different stuff with it. Like the beef and the rice can make that, and beef and rice can make, I know that maybe that's a bad example, but like pierogi, the dough and the meat, like you can make a ravioli or you can make a pierogi. I know they're kind of all, what would they be considered? Pierogi is definitely not a stuffed pasta. Pierogi is a dumpling. It's just really cool to see what different parts of the world do with the same ingredients, more or less. And oh my gosh, like why am I not eating this more often? It's been a little while since I've been there. And then the whole Ukraine thing happened and I'm like, oh crap, Kramarczuks is Ukrainian. I bet they would love a little support right now. So a reminder that I do have the link in the description of the video, so you guys can donate if you would like to whichever fund they're supporting right now. Highly recommend, if you're in the Twin Cities, to head over there and check them out. You will not be disappointed. Oh my gosh, if you love sausages, they're Kramarczuks. It's like this big around. What is that? Is that from like 40-year-old version or something? Anyways. Oh man, this cake, must order. Honestly, all of this is a must order. Potato and cheese pierogi are so fluffy on the inside, but not too rich, which I think is nice because they are sauteed in butter with caramelized onions that have also been cooked in fat. And then you have that horseradish sour cream, so I feel like it's really balanced out nicely. And then of course with the meat, pointing at things, you have no idea what I'm pointing at. But the meat is so rich on its own, and then you have the butter and the onions that were cooked in butter, and then the sour cream, just sort of like that acid that sour cream has, that tanginess, just really balances it out nicely. And this creamy tomato sauce, the savoriness of it, I can't explain. I want to know. Actually, I have the cookbook. I want to know, how do I make this? It's in the cookbook that I have. Anyways, guys, I think you get it. Go there if you're in the Twin Cities. If you haven't been, what the heck are you doing? If you ever visit, like, there's so many great places to try in the city, but this is like a classic spot to stop at in Northeast. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining today. You know, just how much I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me. I really love featuring these restaurants out in the Twin Cities. So let me know if you have been enjoying these features. Most of them I'll do in my car. But in this case, I thought, well, you saw, really can't hand hold that cabbage roll. It just doesn't work. And that's what I would have had to do if I did this in my car. Would have been a mega fail. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about me featuring local places in the comments. Comment below any other food from around the world that you'd like to see me try next. We've been through Africa a little bit. I know I did Liberian food, we did Ethiopian food. I know we went to the Middle East for a little bit, did a Middle Eastern video. We've done Ukrainian now. Sure that there's some other ones that I've done that I just am like not thinking of right now. I think I did Mediterranean. So maybe we're circling through Europe next. So many great cuisines in Europe, as you know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much again for joining today, and I will see you